The other day we asked ourselves, what if in the world everybody would just act out of the first thoughts of emotions that would come in their mind? And what would happen in the world if actually people would take a moment to act out of kindness?
And I think the difference in that is huge, because if they would act on the first thing that comes in their mind, there could be some good as well, of course, but many times we automatically think of the negative. I think that's something about human beings, of something, some survival thing, that we want to protect ourselves. So there would be a lot of hate, a lot of discrimination coming from this fear. But if we would just take a moment to think of, how can I be kind in this situation? How can I choose compassion? I think that the world would be a much better and amazing place for us all to live in. So basically, with this one decision to choose kindness or compassion, you can make a huge difference.
By choosing kindness, you will understand others better, become united with other people, make better decisions, and make others feel heard, appreciated, and respected.
Choosing kindness has a lot of benefits also for yourself, and those are, for example, less anxiety, less fear, better mental health and well-being, more meaningful connections, and your decisions aligned with your values better, which is also about intentional living, kind of, we could call it, that if you want to do something, you feel that that is the right thing to do, then you do it.
So the benefits of kindness are for you, but as well for others, because we often associate the word kindness with this other word that is compassion. Compassion is a very ancient word coming from Latin, that comes from cum, empathy, that means basically to suffer with. So to empathize with others' feelings, and when you empathize with the other's suffering, you understand it better because it's more relatable.
Yeah.
And you could as well find ways to be more kind to them because of that. But the question is how to do it. How to be more kind to others and how to be more compassionate towards others.
Well, the fact is that this starts from yourself, because if you cannot be compassionate to yourself, if you cannot love yourself, it's very, very difficult to find that energy to be compassionate or kind towards others. So self-compassion is the thing where all this starts. Don't be so hard on yourself. Too many times we would like to be different and like to be this and that we are not. But accepting yourself as you are is extremely important. And also to try to stay in a peaceful state that might not always come automatically. You kind of need to find a ways to generate that, and actually we made a video about it and you can check it here. Very good tips on that, how you can find this peacefulness within yourself, because it's always there, you just have to find it. So by staying in a peaceful state, you can bring much more kindness and compassion in the world, because you make so much more better decisions and have this kind of energy around you that radiates to everybody who's around you.
By doing this way, it would be even much easier to let your actions be guided by love and not fear. And that's one of the key factors when being kind to others.
Yeah.
Kindness comes always from a place of love.
Yeah. And many times from the decision that you chose love and not fear.
Often, though, we mistake being kind and compassionate towards others as people-pleasing. And that's maybe something we should clear out, that there's a huge difference between people-pleasing and actually being compassionate. Because in the case of people-pleasing, it doesn't come from a place of love. You are not just be kind or doing something because you really want to, but maybe because you are afraid of validation or you're afraid of what they might think. And that's a place of fear, not of love. But by being compassionate, every action is genuine just because you feel generous and you feel you want to give something to the other. For doing this, it's very important that you put yourself in the other's shoes. So you try to understand before you judge them, and you try to understand what's the better way you can help them and what you can actually have to offer to them, what you can give to them. And for doing this, you have as well to stay very open-minded, because it can be that the way you think or you feel things is not exactly the same. And that's why it's very important to stay focused on that this has to come genuinely from a place of love, because if it doesn't, then it's very easy to judge others, and then you cannot be kind to them.
Many times we think that being kind is just about doing something like helping others, something like that, but actually the act of trying to really understand something from another person's view, not just trying to find a way yourself to be right in some matter, is an act of kindness. Because we have all a lot of different kind of opinions, and the fact is that we are wrong more times than we think. We are wrong about a lot of things. So rather than immediately judging other person for some choice or opinion they might have, choose the kindness and compassion to try to understand them first, rather than judging immediately and saying that they are wrong. So exactly put yourself in their shoes to see where they're coming from and what's their background. In their case, would I feel the same? Would I be the same? That's important as well, because we all go through so many different things and you don't know where people come from, what they have experienced.
And this is exactly what the word compassion means, like as we mentioned before, is suffer with. And this is like putting yourself in the other's shoes. It's very crucial for that, to understand where that suffering or whatever it is, like suffer doesn't, in the Latin sense, doesn't mean to actually, be in pain, but to understand where their actions, their thoughts, or whatever they are feeling comes from.
If you want to start being more self-compassionate, check out this video where we talk about or tell you 10 mental health tips for self-care. You can get a lot of ideas on how to start feeling more peaceful and have more well-being in your life.
And remember to stay kind and meaningful in your own beautiful journey.
Ciao!